I almost got through that first section. Better luck next time. Hi guys, this is Connie. That's Baby Bear. And this is going to be interesting attempt at Connie Reads the Dogs of Winter, Chapter 17. This one's titled Smoke. Something warm stroked my cheek, over and over. I had been dreaming of angels, of warm feathered wings, wings that would scoop me up and carry me away, just like the little match girl. I stretched out my arms to be carried away in a blanket of feathers. Instead, my hands met thick, soft fur. I opened my eyes and squinted into the weak light coming through the opening in the wall. A pair of yellow amber eyes stared down at me. My fingers were buried in a smoke-colored ruff. "Smoke," I breathed. He licked my cheek and my ear again, and then lay down next to me with a sigh. Before I could ask him about the rest of the pack, I fell asleep. A warm, wet something pushed into my face. I pushed it away. It pushed at my face again, harder. I rolled away from the thing. "Leave me alone," I whispered closed my eyes. Woof. I drew my knees up to my chin and buried my face in my arms. "Go away and leave me alone." A snort. Something tugged on the back of my sweater. "I mean it," I said over my shoulder. "Go away." Another snort, and then I was being pulled across the dirt from my bed of rags in the dark and into the block of sunlight in the middle of the cellar floor. "Hey," I croaked. I squinted in the sunlight. The squinting made my face hurt. I sat up and put my hand to the side of my face. It felt as big as a melon. Smoke stood before me with the fat sausage in his mouth, and he dropped it and stepped back. "I don't want it," I said and looked away. The dog picked up the sausage and dropped it in my lap. I looked at Smoke. He looked at me with solemn eyes. Okay, I said. I brushed the dirt from the sausage and broke off a piece. "Just a bite to please you, then leave me alone." I chewed the sausage on the side of my face that did not hurt. I had never ever tasted anything so good. I closed my eyes and savored the rich taste. I ate one more bite, then another and another, until the sausage was gone. "Thank you, Smoke," I said, opening my eyes, but the dog was gone. I heard a drip drip coming from somewhere in the back of the cellar. I licked my lips. How long had it been since I had had a drink of water? I followed the sound, feeling my way through the dark. I stumbled over boxes and through cobwebs, but finally I found the source of the sound. Water dripped from an overhead pipe. I cupped my hands beneath the drip. Drips from a leaky pipe do not fill even small hands very quickly. By the time my throat was no longer dry, I was exhausted. I made my way back to the patch of sunlight in the middle of the floor and slept. In this way, time passed. I slept. Smoke woke me with food. I drank from the dripping pipe. I slept some more. The days grew colder. What little light there was in the cellar did not stay. Sometimes I wondered about Tanya and Pasha and even Victor. Had they escaped the beatings? Were they taken away in the vans with the flashing lights? Had Rudy come and saved them? And I'd wonder even more about the rest of the pack. Lucky, Little Mother, Patches, Rip, Grandmother, and, of course, the puppies. Had Smoke abandoned them? Why had they left the cellar, and where were they now? I turned these questions over and over in my mind like I used to turn the button between my fingers. My fingers ached for that button. One day I lay in the patch of sunlight, waiting for the dog to bring food. My stomach growled and grumbled. My fingers and ears burned with cold. Something blotted out the sunlight. I sat up and said, "Where have you been, Smoke? I'm hungry and cold." I waited for him to slip inside and drop something at my feet. But this time he didn't. He stood at the opening and peered in. I waved my hand. "Come down here," I said. He barked and backed away. "Smoke," I called. He barked again, farther away this time. I crossed the wall and called out, "Smoke, come back here." 2 barks, high and commanding. I leaned my head against my hands, already gripping the edge of the opening. If I left, where would I go? How would I live? I heard Smoke's voice again. With one backward look at the cellar, I pulled myself up and through the opening in the brick wall and back into the world. And that's the end of chapter 17. Be careful with that and enjoy, please and thank you. And I will see you for another episode soon. Bye.